What is up, Meat Pack Salami Squad around the world? It's your boys, Mike Rogers, Mike Richman in that cut. We're back at you bringing another Super Bowl video. And today we're diving deep into the running backs. All right, boys and girls, so here we are. We're just going to dive right into it, break them down like we've been doing. First up, we're going to talk about the rookie, Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Again, another LSU guy. We've been seeing this in a couple different videos here. LSU is producing talent, son.
For sure.
So, I mean, this boy won a national championship with LSU, made first team all SEC. Obviously, just an incredible rookie talent coming out of college. And like we said, this is his first season. He was drafted in the first round, 32nd overall by the Chiefs because they won the Super Bowl last year. And he had a fantastic rookie year. He rushed for 803 yards with 4 touchdowns on a Chiefs team with Patrick Mahomes. So the fact that he has more than 200 yards is just crazy to me because it's like they just don't need to do it. And another point I want to bring up is he's a dual threat. He's a true dual threat back. He's got 297 receiving yards with a receiving touchdown. So, I mean, he's there. He's that third option for him if they need it coming out the backfield.
Yeah, I do like me some Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Obviously, the first game of the season, he definitely broke out. I mean, I think, honestly, that was his best game all year was the first one.
For sure.
I mean, he definitely slowed down throughout as the year came. Obviously, they went and got Lev Bell at some point, because he is a bit of a dual threat. The only thing is he's a really tiny guy. And, obviously one of the big knocks for him is just being kind of that bell cow, that third down back. If you're on a third and goal, I don't know necessarily if he's the guy that's going to get you in that just doesn't really have the body like that. Obviously, he's quick on
and
his
see,
feet.
I think that's where Le'Veon Bell comes in. And we can't forget about the depth of this running back. We got Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Le'Veon Bell, and then the 2, 3, and 4, we got Darrell Williams and Darwin Thompson, who obviously probably aren't going to see much playing time, but Le'Veon Bell's definitely that big body back, and Edwards-Helaire is just the all-around type back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. And I like that core. Like I said, I think that's a perfect little yin-yang. Obviously, as Lev Bell gets older. I mean, and there were 2 or 3 years there in the row where I think people forget, man, Le'Veon Bell was doing the shit that Kamara's doing, bro.
Yeah.
There was a couple of years where Lev Bell was that dude. And obviously the Jets.
Then he went to the Jets.
Whatnot. So, that's where some careers can go to die. But I like Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I'm not gonna lie though, I do think we get this. I do think we see more Lev Bell touches this game because, like I said, I just think the power back spot and Le'Veon Bell is also phenomenal out of the backfield as far as catching the ball. So
we didn't see much of him in the conference championship. That might be something they're just cooking up, saving game plan wise. So yeah. With that being said, we'll switch over to the other side, and we got the boy Leonard Fournette. Again, another LSU
might be the greatest college running back ever. Maybe honestly, might be. I mean, again, the accolades on this is ridiculous. I only put 2 of them here. Obviously, first team All SEC in college, and this is a really weird one I found in high school. 2013, he won Mr. Football Louisiana, which honestly I didn't think that was a big deal. That's a huge fucking deal. It's a big fucking deal, bro.
That's a gigantic, that's insane. And then, with that being said, being a Louisiana boy down there, he was drafted by the Jags down there in Duval 2017, first round, 4th overall pick. So, I mean, that's huge. He had a 3-year career down there finished in Duval with 2,631 yards, 17 rushing touchdowns, and 1,000 receiving yards. So he had an insane time down there in Jacksonville. Obviously, just a shit team. He was like, I got to go. I'm better than this.
Get the fuck out of here, dude.
So sorry about that. And then, obviously, we get that boy over to Tampa. This is his first year in Tampa. And when he first got here, he had to compete with Rojo. So let's keep that in mind. When he was traded over, Bruce Arians came out and said, Rojo's our guy. We want him to get the carries. But by the time, as the season continued, more and more practices, Leonard Fournette literally outcompeted him in practice and got the starting job.
Yep.
So his numbers this year are only 367 rushing yards with 6 TDs. And then he's got the 233 reception yards as well. But, he really didn't get heavy snaps the whole first half of the year. It really was a 1-2, or Rojo was just getting snaps.
Yeah, so, no, I mean, got to give a big shout out to Rojo too. Obviously, I had a little bit of his coming out party last year and proved he can be a legit guy. And like I said, the first 5, 6, 7 weeks of the season, Rojo was cooking and on fire. Leonard Fournette was getting off to a slow start, and I saw a lot of slander going on Leonard Fournette's name, which was deserved, obviously, to a degree. But I do think Leonard Fournette is that guy, and I mean, we've seen it the past couple of weeks of him finally starting to pick things up. And, it probably just took him a long time to figure out this offense. Not all guys are plug and play. And it probably took Leonard Fournette to get comfortable. And the same thing kind of with Edwards, Hilaire, and Lev Bell. I actually like this 1-2 combo on the Bucs side a little bit more just because Rojo, is a little smaller guy, quick.
Let's not forget, too, that third spot down there, they got LaShawn Shady McCoy, bro.
Mashawn Manoy.
Like, there was a 5-year period where he was in Philly and then Buffalo or wherever, where he was that fucking dude, and he's literally the third guy on this team. And
but yeah, LaShawn McCoy was that dude for me, especially, obviously you got to start him in Philly, but dude had some great years in Buffalo as well. And, probably think more or less at this point, he's probably just, a locker room guy for them and whatnot.
Oh, yeah.
But, hey, I'm saying the big and the bang, from Leonard Fournette and Rojo, I like for Leonard Fournette, big body dude who can obviously receive out the backfield. And I think now that he's starting to get a little hot, man, they're going to look to feed him. Tom Brady's going to throw him some quick dumps, in the flat, and try to let Leonard Fournette make some plays. So I really like this running back core that the Bucs got. And I think the Bucs are going to utilize it a little more than the Chiefs. Cause like I said, I think Tom Brady's they're going to play a little dink and dunk ball. I think if Tampa Bay's defense can keep Kansas City at bay for a little bit, I think you're going to see more of a slower start from the Bucs. They're going to look to try to eat some clock, move down the field, and then obviously if Mahomes, they get a couple freebies, you're going to see Tampa and Tom Brady start throwing it. But I think Tampa's going to come out and utilize everything they got this football game.
Yeah, for sure. You're definitely right about that. Just a couple of statties I want to throw in here before we get out. We're just looking at ranked rushing, PFF here. Bucs are ranked 27th in rushing, averaging only 98.1 yards per game. And the Chiefs are up a little bit higher, ranked 16th in rushing, 113.1 yards per game. But at the end of the day, bro, if these teams get 10 rushing yards, that is all extracurricular with these two quarterbacks for both of these teams.
Yeah, for sure.
So literally everything's just extra. But, I mean, at the end of the day, these are two really good dual threat backs. They both can catch. They both can run pretty good. But at the end of the day, I think I do give the edge to Leonard Fournette just because he's so big body, dude. I mean, for how long was he just running people over in Jacksonville? I mean,
yeah, he's got the speed. He's got the body. He's got the hands, man. Like I said, all around back that I think, should be starting next year. If he thinks he can find himself a home, man, Leonard Fournette's going to be all right.
For sure, boys. So it is another juicy little matchup. And girls. And whoever else, but we just want to go ahead. I'm hyped to see, who has a better game here out of these two. At the end of the Super Bowl, we'll compare them again, and we'll see what happens. But that's it for this comparison, boys. We out of here.
We're out of here.